a geoholic.
First one, day 3.
First one, day 3,
Yesterday.
out of the gate.
But I think we set a record.
We did set a record yesterday.
If I'm hearing you correctly, we did 14 interviews yesterday.
I think we did 14 interviews yesterday.
No wonder I was completely wiped out at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I was walking around like a zombie.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was the 14 interviews that
There's more to the story, of course, but
as we meet people, we learn more.
oh yeah, we did that last night. Oh my gosh. All right. We got Colton with us real quick. Colton, just give us your name, who you're with and what you do.
Yeah, my name's Colton Anderson. I'm one of the founders of Kartorium. We're a software startup. We've been around since 2020. We started like right after COVID hit. Typical, we all worked out of our parents' basement for the first year.
Yep.
Stuff like that. So we've been kind of stealth mode for the past 4-ish years. So trying to make a big push this year and get our platform out and see if it would be helpful to everybody.
Nice. So I'm just curious, before we jump into that, how long are you considered a startup before you're no longer a startup? Once you start like making money or something?
Well, we still make money, so that's good. I think usually there's a revenue cutoff.
Okay.
And so depending on the size of your team and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think a lot of people that we're known by locally say we're a small business now. But we've only haven't raised that much money, or so we're still kind of looking for investment later, maybe. So I think that still classifies as a startup. Perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
I failed to mention we got Will with us this morning as well.
Hey, Will.
Good to see you, buddy.
Morning.
Always good to see you, Will. Right? Always good to see you. Especially if he's like bringing us sandwiches and stuff. I'm still so indebted to him for that yesterday. Man, what a lifesaver this guy's. All right, let's do this. Tell us about the company and what you guys are doing.
Sure. Yeah. So kind of our mission is to bring 3D technology to people that maybe don't have a technical background. So our software platform is focused around making 3D data accessible to operational people, right? They've already got a day job. They've already got stuff they're doing. And so we've just been kind of noticing that while the capture methods are getting really good, it's getting a lot easier and cheaper to capture the data. Really the opportunity is how do we implement that with people that are really they have a lot of problems that need to be solved. And so I think normally in an engineering world, there's a lot of ways that we deliver that data that makes sense. And those workflows are really worked out. But for operational folks, they don't know what they want. They just know about their problems. And so trying to create, a cost-effective, affordable way to start making that 3D data accessible to them without asking them to learn how to do a lot more, right? I just need to be able to find the drone imagery I got, or where'd that Matterport scan go? Or we paid for this Naviscan a while ago. Where'd all that go? If it's just sitting in the engineering department's hard drive, that's not super useful to them. So really trying to get to that point where, can we help store it? Can we help them share it? Can we help them collaborate on this data? Be really good at those 3 things and offer it at a price point that actually makes sense for those things.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
And what is the business model? Is it a subscription or like what does that look like?
Yeah. So we are a SaaS company. Yeah. So we do have a pretty generous free tier that we just kicked off last month. And that's pretty exciting. So you can host up to 10 reality assets for free, basically. And then share it with whoever needs it. But yeah, obviously the more that you use, the more that you would have to, we have hosting costs, obviously, processing costs in terms of just like whatever AWS is going to charge us. So got to make sure we cover those as well. But we try to only make you pay for what you use and not more than that.
How do you define an asset, a reality asset?
Sure. Yeah. Good question. So that could be a point cloud, could be a virtual tour, could be 360 image, could be a TIFF, could be an orthophoto, could be, so just any kind of thing you would capture, I guess, in the reality capture the world.
Gotcha. So who's your ideal client? Talk about that just a little bit.
So, we're still a services company. That's how we got our start. That's still what we do. We're pretty big in utilities right now. Lots of needs for system mapping. Where's all of our stuff? How much of it do we have? So we do have like kind of a asset cataloging feature in there where, tell us what we have. We don't even know, so there's a lot of that, especially in smaller rural utilities, infrastructure, things like that. So that's kind of our services side. And we use our software basically to facilitate that. So with that being said, this year, we're trying to see if anybody else would want to use that. So are there any reality capture experts out there who are looking for a new way to start offering their services? That's kind of something we're looking at. But yeah, we try to be data agnostic. So we know there's a lot of data out there. Can we help you host it and organize it and make it accessible for any of your clients? So I think that's kind of our market right now, what we're going for. We'll see if it works, but that's our goal right now.
And you're platform agnostic as well, right? Like across just anything.
Yeah. So we started with a Leica BLK, and then a couple clients wanted some Matterport scans, and it was a cheap scanner to get. They just wanted the nice pictures. So we said, sure. So we supported Matterport. We had some people that were really interested in Navis. They got the VLX. So if you could host that, that'd be great. So we just added that. So Pharaoh's on the list. So yeah, just trying to really across the board, make it so you can put all your data in one place.
How was it? Is it challenging to, I mean, I'm assuming it'd be easy if it was just one thing, and then you gotta go across basically everything. How do you make the decision to add another? Is it just client based?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I try to talk to a lot of people and hear what they're using and what's valuable to them, and then prioritize things that people care about. And it just seems like letting the people doing the real work tell us what they're doing. That's been a really good move for our business. And I've learned a lot. I don't have a background in reality capture. I started as a school teacher, and so like my whole life, I've just been trying to learn. And that, I think, we've had to be really patient, and I think that's okay. Right. It just takes a while to learn how things work, and you have to listen to a lot of people. At the end of the day, that's how you offer a lot of value, is because how do you outsource your boots on the ground? Right? We can't go out and be there everywhere, but we can talk to a lot of people who are. And that's kind of been our philosophy, I think.
How much client education do you find yourself doing? I mean, being a teacher, I'm sure that has to go long ways.
You would think so. Yeah. But normally I used to be a middle school math teacher. So a little different. I would say a lot of client education is interesting to me, because a lot of these guys that we work with, especially in the heavy industries, utilities especially, they are so capable, right? They're incredibly intelligent, but they operate in the physical world. They don't abstract away. So like as an educator or even as a programmer, right, as an engineer, you kind of start to abstract your ideas away, where they are just completely in that moment. They work with their hands. They operate in a physical world. So really, it's not a ton of education. We just say like, hey, it's possible to match the way you see the world with the software. And it blows their minds, really, because they're like, oh, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? And we just say yes, like that, because we listen to what they actually want out of it. They don't need an engineering use case. They really just need to know where the red valve is on the wall. Okay. And so like, could we help deliver that? Absolutely. Sure. Can you organize my PDFs with that red valve on the wall? It's like, absolutely. So lots of low hanging fruit for those use cases. Yep. And so we just say, yeah, absolutely. It's not actually too terribly difficult. We just are going to partner with you in it. Yep. Does that answer your question? Sorry, I kind of.
In our line of business, we have to do a lot of client education because they don't know what they don't know. And so,
fair enough.
I would think, in your case, they know what they want to see, but you have to kind of intertwine, how that's going to work and exactly what they want.
Yeah. And it's hard to, I'm not a salesman by nature, but really what you have to be is a problem solver, or be willing to kind of we get into the water with them, try to really deeply understand their problems. And then out of that, understand, where can we kind of fit in to help you to do that? And I would say that I encourage everybody to try to adopt that philosophy of figure out what they want, why they want it, and then kind of present the options and get the search for the kernel of truth that is in there, rather than saying, this is how much we think we should charge you. Solve the problem first and money later.
Yeah. Figure out the problem and work backwards. Right.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So what does the process look like? Somebody goes to your website, I'm assuming, and fills out a form, and then you do some sort of vetting process to see if you guys are a good fit. How does that work?
Are you talking about our services or for the platform?
Yeah. For the services.
For the services. Yeah. I mean, it starts with a pretty in-depth, interview basically, and trying to get to the heart of what they're looking for. Are we even a good fit for that? What data do they already have? What are they trying to get out of it? There's a pretty front heavy onboarding process for that side. For just our platform users, no credit card, no sales call. You guys don't need to be handled with kid gloves. You guys know what you're doing. So
because you're already a business.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know what you're doing and you know what your clients generally want. So just get on there, start trying it. And then if you need more, then pay for more if you want it. But I think that's kind of our philosophy so far.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Super cool. Got to give to get, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that if we want to be a really good platform, we need a heckin' lot of people to tell us what they think about it and to tell us how we can make it better. And that's where we don't claim to know a lot about everything, but we're going to listen to people who do.
Yeah. That's awesome. Very cool. So what is the website? How do people find out more?
Yeah. Kartorium.com is our landing page. /platform is how you get to pricing information, how you get to our feature set, stuff like that.
Cool.
And that'll link you to our sign up page, and you can get started today for free. Again, you don't have to put in a credit card or talk to me or anything. Just get started. Put your data in there. Doesn't work, tell me, and we'll fix it.
Yep. Just do it.
Yeah.
Nice. Take that first step, Sean.
Yeah. Well, walk the plank, as they say.
I suppose.
We try to make it pretty risk free. Yeah. Don't open your wallet. Just try it.
Yeah. Nice.
Love that. Anything else? Bill, you got anything else?
You know what? Actually, I kind of have maybe a use case question for you. And
perfect.
You might be able to use your services, matter of fact.
Sure.
So this was a volunteer project that we did down in Tombstone, Arizona with some students, and we scanned. First thing we did, we boundary surveyed topo, and we scanned the outside of the courthouse first year. And then the second year we went inside and we scanned every room, we went in the vault, scanned everything in there. Right.
Wow.
So now I think we had like 135 scans.
Yeah.
And, our client per se, who we're doing the work for, is the state park. They're park rangers, right? They're not technically, and they want to see this. And, we're great at collecting all this data, but, if he doesn't have TBC or Pitchfork the software, he's not going to be able to review it.
Right.
So could we come to you and you could develop something that was just simple for him to be able to view those files or?
Yeah. So the way that our platform works, there's some training on there, but essentially we try to give you all the tools to configure it in a way that your client would understand best. And even if they want to step in there and start organizing it too, that's fine. We kind of have like a project, style organization. So if you did a scanning project with 100 scans, you could organize those side by side and say, these rooms are connected. These rooms, you can segment those scans out. You could also start putting multiple assets together in a single scene. So we have a GIS part too. So if you're looking top down 3,000 foot view, you could start drawing lines, add markers on a map, but also like, hey, here's the point cloud at the top of the building, or here's an ortho photo too. You drop that on there as well. And you can really start to drag and drop small pieces to create that experience that they're looking for. I think you're hitting the nail on the head, right? They need to use it in the way that they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're having a hard time coming up with that because the world we work in, everybody has it. So it's not.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then how do you not ask them to like learn a whole new system because they already got a day job? Yeah. They don't have time to learn a super technical thing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Colton, thanks.
Super interesting.
You guys are awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Ready, set, go?
Ready, set, go.
Let's do this. I'm excited about this because I've been watching these guys.
I know.
The last 3 days.
They're our booth neighbors.
And I'm so curious about what they do. So we're going to find out right now. Real quick, give us your name, who you're with, and what you do.
Yeah. So Bill Lakeland, I'm the CEO at Spexi. Spexi has got a kind of this novel fly to earn incentivization model where we basically reward drone pilots for doing what they love, flying drones.
Huh.
And when doing that, we're actually collecting aerial data all over the world, starting North America, working into the UK now. In the last 8 months or so, we've flown about 170 cities. So we're only flying built up urban areas.
Gotcha.
So where the kind of where the physical world meets the natural world and all the buildings there.
Okay.
Very high resolution. It's essentially a new image layer of the planet that we're putting together. 2.8 centimeter GSD.
Wow.
So satellites are up high. Then you've got airplanes in the middle.
Yep.
Drones are down low. And we've just created a really slick way of standardizing the data capture, decentralizing that with citizens flying.
Okay.
These are like drone enthusiasts that are just incentivized and rewarded to fly these automated missions for us. We break the world into 25-acre hexagons. We call them spexagons, which is a Spexi hexagon.
Spexagon. Love it. Nice.
So literally pilots just go out, they open up their app, they turn on their drone and they select a spexagon and they hit the fly button. Our software takes over. Drone flies its mission, takes its photos. It can be mapping, like traditional mapping shots. Or we do
happening right now. This is crazy.
Or we do like obliques all across cities. So it almost looks like a Google Street View, but in the sky and covers the entire city. And they just go from one block to the next to the next. And a lot of these pilots are making over $500 a day doing this.
No way.
And they're traveling around. You know, there's a lot of road shows. People travel to different cities to fly. A lot of local pilots. Cities love it because they're actually paying their own citizens to fly the cities for them. So it's just a slicker, newer way of getting that data, and that comes around really quickly. So like the same day it's collected, it's available for cities and governments and insurance companies, and, you know, all the users to actually start using and ingesting. So
unbelievable. So tell me, how big are the hexagons again?
25 acres.
25 acres. So then you're standing in one of these hexagons. You've got the app on your phone. You've got your drone, and you hit go basically, and it flies that hexagon then?
Yeah, it does.
And maps that hexagon?
It goes up to right now. I mean, we can embed any kind of mission into a hex. So we can have the drone do whatever we want it to do in there. We control the camera, the triggering the camera, the quality, the speed of the drone, exactly where it goes and the actions that it takes. So, you know, right now we're doing things that are like most usable for the largest amount of clients we know that can use that data, which is like that Google Street View in the sky. But the drone completely flies autonomously. Takes about 6 minutes to fly a hex, and they just select the next hex and hit the go button, and it just moves to the next one, does its mission. Eventually they bring it back, change the battery, and it goes back where it left off, and they continue on. And, you know, usually it's a bike or walking through a city, and they just kind of keep collecting these hexes. So a lot of pilots are getting, 60 to 70 hexes a day.
Wow.
70
That's
hexes
amazing. So, you know, what's interesting. Every show we go to, there's always something that like puts me back in my seat, and I'm like, what the hell? This is amazing what you guys are doing.
It's interesting. And this show has actually been really good for us because it's kind of a different way of doing this, right? Like I've been aerial mapping my whole career, actually. At university, I got into, aircraft with large format mapping cameras.
Okay.
So I've been mapping, cities all over North America for a lot of years. And so I understand, what it takes to collect really good data with really good expensive, Excel type cameras. And this is just a different way of doing that. And we're crowdsourcing pilots, really standardized, automatable and fun way. There's leaderboards. It's gamified. It's going to get more gamified.
That's awesome.
So it's just, it opens up opportunity everywhere because the drones we're using are only micro drones, meaning they're below 250 grams. So less risk. Less risk in airspace and to people. Yep.
So you provide the drone?
No, actually, we're just accessing pilots that already have drones, or if they want to buy a drone, they can come on the system.
And is there a minimum requirement for the drone?
Yeah. So right now we're just using like the DJI like mini levels of drones. And that's kind of critical for what it is we're doing because, when they're up at 280 feet, which is the height that they're flying at to do these missions, they're not bothering people. We're flying all over cities, right? And you don't want large drones flying all over the place and upsetting the public. They're actually kind of cute. It's just drones.
Yeah.
And so it kind of removes that barrier. And the quality of the imagery is outstanding. Yeah. And we can automate them completely. Like they're intelligent enough to be automatable by our software. So it's sort of a win-win. And they're everywhere. The distribution is all over the planet. We need like small communities in the high Arctic. We can find pilots there. They're there. And we just set up there. Hey, would you like to earn a little bit of money to fly your drone? You can fly your community in a day.
Yeah.
And they do it. And it's incredible to see that response.
Well, they're not flying it. You're flying it.
Well,
right?
Technically, they are flying it, but our software is controlling it.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, like they have control. Like they just pull on the stick to descend and it'll immediately descend. And
okay.
They can take over control at all times. And they still have to stay within line of sight of the drone, right? To do with regulations. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. And it's amazing to see how fast we can actually fly cities this way. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And then the response, once the network's up and running, to refly, like after an emergency, like when we've done this a number of times now, where there's been wildfire emergencies, and we've actually embedded our operations into those emergencies so that first responders can see what's happened day to day. Because of it, the imagery is available the same day. It's incredible.
That is amazing.
So many questions.
What is there? There must be like a vetting process for the pilots or something, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want some, I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah,
What does that look like?
We come from regulation, like the transportation, like FAA, Transport Canada, those bodies are groups that we work with our whole careers. So we're really familiar with regulation. We've helped write so many rules, and in Transport Canada specifically to do with regulations. Our teams have been really involved in that. It's very important, like safety above all.
Sure.
And so we provide a level of training. We provide a level of through the onboarding process so that pilots understand what they're doing. In the US, because pilots are being paid, they actually have to have what's called a Part 107 license. It's an FAA license. They need to have that. Other countries in the world, because they're microdrones, they don't actually need to have a license because there's such low risk.
Okay.
That's part of being below 250 grams.
Okay.
But in the US, yes, pilots provide their Part 107 license. We get that with the FAA to make sure that they're approved pilots and then they're on board the system.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. This is a great concept. I love it.
How do you prioritize which Spexigons get updated? I mean, because once a new road goes in, they just flew it the day before. I mean, how are you tracking what has changed the most? That would prioritize.
It's a great question. We have a lot of plans about how to roll that out. I mean, we'll work with cities directly, so quite often we get a pretty good feedback of where hexes should be updated, and we're building a system for cities to be able to like refresh on demand. So when there's like permitting, high construction rate of change, or there's vegetation issues, or parking issues, things come up like out of the blue. Cities don't have resources to send teams out there to take a look at these things. So they make it very easy for them just to select hexes to refresh, or new hexes that might be, outside of the area that we collected already that they need to look at. So we have this on-demand mechanism for them to be able to refresh very quickly.
So they request a refresh, then one of the pilots picks it up, flies it,
exactly,
picks up a couple nickels, and they get what the city gets what they need.
Exactly. Yeah, we have the platform for the city to actually ingest that data straight into their GIS systems. So
what's the end game?
Yeah, I mean,
you fly every city, and then it's a refresh.
Months.
Okay.
So typically, like large cities with aircraft, or sometimes it's every 6 months, most times it's once a year with aircraft. We're not replacing that, but what we are looking at doing is flying every 3 months of just the built up area parts of the city. Right, that's it. So we're not replacing like ortho programs from airplanes. This is like something new for operations. Our goal is to fly all the built up area of the world, creating a new data layer at a higher resolution than what you get from any other data source, so that all applications that can benefit from that layer that are growing exponentially right now can access that very quickly and easily and use that for the verticals that they're focused on. So that's insurance, construction, or utilities, or municipal, police, fire and rescue. All these groups can use this data, and they have providers that actually ingest aerial data already to turn it into a usable product for them. And with like AI, crazy acceleration AI right now, it can extract so much more value out of our data than what it could have like 2 or 3 years ago. That making it super easy to train from. Take the status quo training. This is a pine tree versus a fir tree. Whatever it is that you're looking for, the fidelity of the output is already better. The resolution of the data is better, but now it can be trained to do more things. So
I love this idea. So I got to ask, like, how are you guys making money? Who is paying you to do this?
Yeah, well, we are a VC-backed company. We did actually just do a Series A. It was $11.5 million in December. But we have, part of our model is really, it's a lot of governments at first. And we're literally, our go-to-market is with a lot of cities. That's iterative. Cities are like, well, this is like amazing. It's fast. Incentivize our own citizens. It's incredible. Okay, let's start going. So it's very demand-led, city to city to city, essentially. We get enough cities, then we have enough geographic coverage. Then the utilities are like, okay, well, now you've got enough coverage. I can now look at all my meters and all my towers and all my lines throughout all these towns. So when I send crew out, I know what they're going to. Right? Is that meter inside the gate? Is it outside the gate? Is there vegetation growing over top of that Maybe I don't need to send anybody now because I can actually take a look at it. It's operational efficiencies.
Unbelievable.
And same with insurance.
Genius.
For underwriting. Or like, I don't need to send somebody else to take a look at that house to see the state of shingles. I can take a look at it on my computer. That sort of thing.
Yep.
So
that's awesome, man.
Super cool.
Natural disasters have to be a big one too, right?
They are. I mean, and we've done a number of them already. Yeah. But it is important for us to be embedded into those organizations before it occurs, because then we can respond really quickly. The network's up and running.
Yep.
And then we can just retask the network, and we already have a relationship, because you do need to get past barriers. But quite often there's like physical barriers where there's natural disasters. And so being at the top and embedded into that whole organization is what unlocks us to be able to get our teams in there and fly. And so we've done that a number of times already. But the important part is building that relationship beforehand from a preparedness perspective.
Yeah.
Which is one of the, large markets that we have right now.
So what about like the rural areas? I mean, is that just like a longer term thing right now you're focused on?
Those cities don't have any money, Kent.
That's actually a really good point. That's the sweet spot for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, they can't afford to get an airplane out to cities. So quite often they're just using or satellite imagery that's available on Google Earth. So for us, towns that are too big for people to walk across, but not big enough to have budgets to fly an airplane all the way out there to do an ortho program.
Sure.
I guarantee you they've got many pilots in those towns. One pilot could probably fly that town in a day, honestly.
Yep.
And then they have that data available that same night, right? So it's like they now have access to imagery in a whole new way they just never had access to before, right? And they all have GIS departments. They all have tools that we can embed the data into. Yep. So it's kind of seamless and slick that way. So for us, that's actually massive potential for the market for us that we are actually looking at right now.
That's awesome. So cool. So cool. Oh, man. So how do people find you?
Yeah, I mean, Spexi.com is the spot for pilots and data buyers. We sort of break it out so if people want to sign up and fly for the network, which this has been incredible at this event, actually.
Oh, sure.
A lot of people
yeah.
excited about flying. And I mean, we can get, I think there's been 30 people a day just at this event signing up to fly.
That's awesome.
It's saying, yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, all the info's there. And easy to track us down and all the access points are there. All the socials are there and everything. So
and the app, how do you find it? Is it just Spexi?
Yeah, it literally is Spexi.
Okay.
The flight app is Android only right now, so that it is Spexi.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, we always have this argument. Yeah. So you just added to him this argument, right? Anyways, this is amazing. I am so glad we had this conversation. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I'd love to have you come back on the show and do a full episode. At that point. So
that'd be great.
Yeah,
I love what you guys do. So I'd love to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Sounds good.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, Bill, thanks for coming by. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys.
Bill.
Here we go.
Here we go. Back again.
Elaine Ball, how are you?
I am so good.
You are the most energetic person on the floor.
I know. I do not know how
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the extravagance of last night, I don't know how you're this energetic.
Yeah.
I just got a good sleep last night, which was the first time all week.
Good for you.
Jet
Good
lag's
for
not
you.
good.
No, it's
Yes.
real. It's real.
It's real. It's terrible. But yeah, no, I am energetic, but I have to watch out because I do burn out.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've never
I have
seen
not
that.
seen burned out Elaine yet.
No, it's not good.
It's not. You go into shutdown mode or what?
No, I usually get ill.
Oh,
I usually get a really bad flu or something and then just wipes me out.
yeah,
And then,
yeah. Well, and then, the international travel and everything like that, it just takes its toll on, you know? Yeah. So tell us what's new. It's been a bit since we've talked.
Oh, I know.
You got a lot of cool stuff going on.
Where do you want me to start?
Well-
what do you want me to start on?
Man, you tell me. I mean, we've talked offline and there's so much.
Okay, so to a little bit of teasers here. So you have to listen to the rest of this, and I'm going to drop amazing thing at the end of it. So let me start with the Academy.
Mhm.
So we're here this week at Geoweek, which has been phenomenal. The atmosphere here is just growing every year. Last year it was good. This year's even better. I was like, wow. I've brought 3 of my clients here. They're here at the moment, the ones that we do retainer work for from a marketing perspective. And so we decided, why not? Let's go full hog with the Academy. So we have this, I've mentioned this before in a previous podcast, but it's a do-it-yourself training program to learn about sales and marketing that works, but it's industry specific. So it's related. And actually, we have a customer at the other end of this table.
Oh, dude.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Might have been one of the first 10, maybe.
Yeah,
Wow.
one of the first 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Early adopter,
Yes.
some might say.
Yeah,
And we know Will's doing very well, so it must be working.
I'll tell you what, before I knew Elaine, I didn't really know anything. I didn't even have Instagram. And so she scolded me for that, told me I was already behind. And then,
Well, look at you now.
yeah, I swear, I went through her program and I learned a lot.
Awesome.
I learned a lot. And
That's awesome.
and it, like I said, it's professional, it's survey based, right?
Yep.
So it's not just a, crackerjack box. And, I still go back to it. I think might have a lifetime membership now.
Oh, right on.
You do have lifetime. When you buy it, it's lifetime service.
Nice.
Yeah.
So on that note, you said it's industry specific.
Yes.
It's not just for surveyors,
No,
right? I mean,
no. We have 5 buyer personas as we teach you in the academy, but the buyer persona is understanding who your buyer is. So we have the one-man band surveyor because he's going out, doing a project, getting paid, feeding his family, going out, doing the project, feeding his family. Oh shit, the guy down the road just nicked his business and undercutting. So, but he mainly uses, and it is a he mainly uses the academy to come on our live Q&As. So we have 2 live Q&As a week. He doesn't always have time to go through the lessons, but he wants our advice. So if I'm on or whoever, so I've got 2 hours a week and they've got, as much. And sometimes they come on and it's just them. So they get even better value. And then sometimes there could be 5 people on there.
Sure.
So then he can get that information. And then I'll go, right, go to module 4 and read that, listen to the video, and then go forward to the next thing.
What's the business model? Is it a subscription? Do you pay per episode or module or what is it?
Yeah. So we had, it's one-off cost. So there's no hidden cost whatsoever. So you buy into the Geospatial Market Academy. We've just started launching the Sales Academy for sales professionals, how marketing works for them. So that's another buyer persona is a sales manager from equipment or in survey. And then we've got like search engine stuff. We've got sales curriculum stuff, LinkedIn, and there's more coming out. So we've got, it's just a range. So I wanted to keep it simple because, when you buy into something, you think, God's sake, I've got to now invest in this and have this and whatever. And I just wanted to keep it simple. We have tested out the subscription, which was £250 a month. And that's okay, but it's the same amount of work that I've got to do to close it. And the good thing about I found when it's lifetime is that people like Will come back in a year later and they go and check stuff. Oh, I just need to go. Or if there's new curriculum, they can get it. Or he can jump on a live Q&A anytime he wants. So free advice, it's almost, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with it.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's an entry level for the industry. So our mission is to up level the industry in sales and marketing. That is our business focus, because we get it from the industry. So, and my team are as well. So that's great.
What are a couple things that come to mind that as you meet surveyors and a lot of surveyors, what are a couple things they just suck at?
Sales and marketing.
Those are 2 things. You're right. Yeah.
Well, it's very traditional, as we know. So, but the thing is like differentiation. I've said that after a few days being here. Actually, there's a surveyor, for example, you're different to the surveyor down the road, and they don't message that to their audience. It's the same stuff. The one thing you'll also notice, for example, Will, you do a really good job of this. And Stuart Ward, if you look at Stuart Ward and Diopters, how his content's massively changed. So he's another customer, another GMAer, as I call you, is that the message is all about me, look at me, I'm a land surveyor, I do this. And it's like, people don't give a shit about you, mate. I'm sorry, they don't care who you are, what you're doing. Turn it around to the customer. Like, what are you trying to solve? Where's the value?
Sure.
Yeah. It's not a your face on the bus bench business, right?
Correct.
The milk cart.
Correct. Because if you think about it, people don't know what surveyors do. And okay, yes, you get depending on who your audience is, some will get it. But if they can't tell the difference, they will go digging around.
Sure.
And the thing is, nowadays, we've flipped it around. It's the customer is in charge. You're not in charge. That is a business owner. So you have to make sure you communicate correctly to them. I mean, I love the game. So surveying geospatial in the whole and marketing and sales. I mean, it's a lead generation.
Yeah.
I mean, surveyors don't do lead generation.
Yeah.
What's that?
I know.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And how long have you worked within the survey industry?
Since 1997.
Okay. Yep. So it's been a bit.
Yeah.
You kind of know the industry a little bit.
Yeah. So previously at MDL, so that was our family business. We manufactured equipment. Pretty much all of our salespeople were surveyors because you'd send them down a mine, 1,000-meter mine.
Sure.
And stick it go and find where the void is. Don't fall through the ceiling, So they had to know how to do the job to sell the equipment.
Yep.
So I was in charge of all those guys. I'm not surveyor. I didn't do that. I've just been in family business. My dad's surveyor, all that story. Yep. It's so that's all part of it. When we sold out, I got into more land survey, which my dad still laughs about now. He's like, really? What are you doing this for? Like, stick with mining or hydrography or something. And I'm just like, no, these guys need help.
Sure.
So yeah. And then this is 12 years old, this company now. So it's crazy.
Good for you. And congrats on your success.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And it just keeps growing. It's amazing. So I picked up a pack of, these new little ditties here. Have you seen these, Sean?
What we got here?
They're trading cards.
Ooh.
What a great idea. They're like sales and marketing trading cards.
Really?
Yes. There's 20 of them and you turn them over and every one of them has like a
Email
suggestion.
marketing pro.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff, right? So you got that. What else? There's got to be something else exciting to talk about.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, we haven't officially announced this, but why not? Let's officially announce it on here. We have signed the contract last week with Minecraft.
Oh, it's happening.
Oh yeah. When
You have been talking.
You've been talking about this for 2 years. Yes.
It was at Trimble Dimensions, I say.
Yeah, well, Intergeo that year, then Trimble Dimensions, I said at Intergeo TV, I'm going to get this in Minecraft.
Yep.
Yeah, right, Elaine.
Yep.
You don't tell me that. It's like a red rag to a bull. Oh, you'll never do it. Right. I'll show you.
Yep.
And then at Trimble Dimensions, Pete Larch, one of the VPs, he got me in with Microsoft. I got to speak with Microsoft, a guy called Orlando. Great name. I said, do you live in Orlando? He's like, no. Anyway, he got me into Minecraft, but hell, it's been tough because I like to get shit done. Like, let's just get going and do it. So it's been like a while. And also the legal side of it's been a bit tricky, to be honest. So yeah, but it's official now. We've sold it. We've done it.
Congratulations.
I remember seeing Elaine running full sprint at that Dimensions conference. I was talking to Mark and she just was like, become a Minecraft.
Yeah.
You can't be late.
Yeah. So what is that going to look like then?
Yeah.
So the first things first, I've got to raise 200 grand.
Yeah.
So it's all about, part of this is about giving to that's the profession. So my idea is to raise the 200,000, 100 grand to build it and 100 grand to market it. So, what we've gone out and done is we've raised 80,000 already.
Wow.
So TopCon, Leica,
Cool.
and the Survey Association in the UK so far. The way I'm doing it, it's like a donation. We're going to have a landing page where you can go and donate a minimum of £100, $100. So we want everybody from like the one-man band surveyor right through to the big survey company or, a civil engineering company. That'd be cool. Engineering companies that are supporting that and manufacturers. And the people that we get in it, we're going to put them into the Minecraft game as a character because we can have as many characters unless we get thousands of people doing this.
Yeah.
But, so that's the idea. And if we end up with more money, then we'll just do more games. So the idea is we're taking 3 of our posters. Transportation's going first. Then we've got World Without Surveyors poster. And then the third poster is the environmental poster.
And this is on the Get Kids into Survey side.
This is on the Get Kids. Sorry,
yeah.
This is on the Get Kids survey side.
Yep.
So those 3 posters are classed as worlds. So we signed up with a company just outside Seattle because most of the build is done by subcontractors for Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to take for example, the transportation poster, and they're going to make that into a game. So there's like non-player characters and player characters. So you could have a character as a non-player character. So William as his Buzz Lightyear little emoji with Nora the cow could actually be a non-player character. We can't have any logos, but you have your distinction by your character. Yeah. So then you can play yourself in the game, and or you can be somebody else, another character.
Like the Geoholics?
Like the Geoholic.
Would that be interesting?
Yeah. And then they will go to the non-player character for their task. So the weird thing is that when we spoke to them, I thought this is going to be a lot of money, like stupid amount of money. And they said for three worlds, 100K will probably do it. Give or take, whatever. Because you've already got the storyboard, you've already got the curriculum, the Q&A. It's a no-brainer. And all the people that are in their company are either education or builders. So that they will just then do all that with the education lot and then put it into the game.
Yep.
I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but I'm like, because it's weird. I don't like Minecraft, so I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Need to start.
I know. I'm going to have to demo it. So, so we've got that. So we go live probably March, April times. I'm probably just going to have a basic landing page up now so you can see and read all about what we're going to plan. We've hired a PR company. You're going to laugh, but you're a marketing agency, Elaine. I'm like, yes, but we have PR. We don't have the PR skills in-house. And also I want it out to the broadsheets and other magazines that are not technical. It's general public. They need to know about it. And then I'm going to pair up with all the manufacturers and work with their PR agencies and their PR internally. So then they spread the word.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the plan.
It's awesome.
And don't bite my head off for asking this, but what's in it for the people that donate? Why would you? Yeah.
Characters, and you're supporting the industry growth.
Okay.
I mean, one of the things that I want to stress as well, because we are a profit house, we do make money, but the idea is that we get kids, we've always put it back in. So all the money that we make, we put back into the company. Yep. We are going to do like do I dare say it, but Elon Musk Trump thing where you actually tell people where you're spending the money. We're going to actually have a pie chart of how we've divvied it all up and show you. So you can see where the money's been spent. Because like Ted said to me at Topodot, like, what's the business plan? I said, well, there's not really a business plan. This all started off as giving back to the industry anyway, the profession in the first place.
Yeah.
And I love it so much and I don't want it to go away. And it's, it's not just land survey, it's all the other different survey sides of things as well. So that's what we wanted to do. So that's how I'm thinking about it. Hexagon said the same thing to me. Where's this going to go? I says, well, let's see how popular these first 3 games are. See what happens. If the teachers like it. And when you speak to some of the brand ambassadors for Get Kids in Survey, they're like, oh my God, I think it's K teachers. Is that what they call them? I can't remember. But their teachers here, they're like, they're going to go mental when they see this. Like, so it's going to be so much easier for our brand ambassador program that's sponsored by TopCon sponsored the brand ambassador program. Yeah. They're going to be like really excited because that's then going to help them, the brand ambassadors, going to schools with, hey, just look at the Minecraft. Yeah. Because they're always saying to us, can I have a presentation and join our brand ambassador program?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What else? You guys got anything else?
Could you possibly fit anything
I feel like
else in?
I'm tired now after this conversation.
You are so mean to me.
Well, Minecraft is the biggest attention getter when we go talk to the schools and we're trying to explain to kids what surveying is, what geospatial is. You say, you guys play Minecraft. Boom, we got a connection there. Yeah. Now we can start. Now they're listening. Yeah. And if we can, I sponsored one of the posters. I have those stickers. We hand them out. They love them. They love them. And then to tell them, and they always ask, we bring a scanner. We scan stuff. Can you put this in a video game? We sure can.
Yeah, we sure can.
And now if they can see that same character on the sticker that you handed out, that's on the poster, that's now in the video game. Yeah. You got definitely.
It doesn't have to be hard. Like, I don't know why all the associations around the world, they make it so bloody hard. Oh, maybe we should speak to scouts. I'm like, yeah, but hell, when I thought about it and I thought, well, we'll franchise it. And then Trent Keenan took the franchise for West Coast. I mean, that's going to grow legs and do stuff. And then I was like, let's get it into a game. What's the most played game in the world? Minecraft. Right. Done. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Like, stop messing around. Stop. Oh, can't do this. We can't raise the money. Oh, sod it. We can raise the money. Yeah. We'll do it.
Yeah. So how do people find out more then? Like, is the link active to donate?
Not yet. It will be. I'm going to get it on, so they will be able to. So time they probably listen to this. There will be a landing page on getkissensurvey.com. Okay. So we will have it on the homepage to click through into it, and then you can read all about it.
Awesome.
That's easier.
So
much easier.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited.
It's finally coming to fruition.
I know. It's cool.
It's got to be so rewarding and satisfying.
It's so funny because I was out at the office and Sarah says, they've sent the contract. And I went, yeah. Are you going to sign it? No. She's like, do I have to sign it? And I went, yeah, you are a director of this company. Oh, shit.
Big one.
But it's like, it is unknown. So there is a fear factor in there.
Sure.
And it's owned by Microsoft, which, if we step out of line a little bit, which I tend to do quite a bit, I hope I don't get scolded too much for promoting Minecraft.
If you didn't step out of line, you wouldn't be Elaine Ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. You got to step out of line sometimes. It's easier to ask for forgiveness. That's my theory.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glad we were able to
good to see you.
Nice to party with you guys last night.
Yes. Did we see you last night?
Yeah. Were you there?
Gee.
All right. Hey, safe travels too.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Great seeing you.
Starting to wind down a little bit.
We are winding down.
Yep. Voice is still somewhat strong though. Feeling good. Just got to power through a couple more.
Yeah.
And
we got to hit the road.
And we got Russ with us.
Yeah.
For this one as well. Super excited about that. We got Sam with us. Sam's been on before.
He has.
Supporter of the show. Love this guy. Canadian, of course.
That's why.
Love him for that.
Thank you.
Would,
we're still friends?
We're still yeah. Well, you're going to be one of our states.
Yeah.
So we're going to be more than friends.
Yeah.
Countrymen.
Countrymen.
Yeah.
I might not need a passport for next year's show.
It's true. Real quick, if you would, Sam, just name who you're with and what you do.
I'm Sam from Geo-Plus. I'm a recurring guest of the pod. We've met in Berlin, I believe, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
So, and I don't know why I come every day, the last show, and we have no remaining energy and all that. But B2B and those trade shows are so hard. Right?
Actually, I think you're right. I think last time you were here, it was like at the very end, and we were all exhausted from the night before.
So it's to know, but those trade shows, it's so hard.
It really is. Yeah. It's all the camaraderie that wears us out. So remind everybody a little bit about Geo-Plus and what you do there.
Yep. So, I'm a sales director at Geo-Plus. Company, was founded by my dad 37 years ago. So a little bit, I was in a project at the time. And, so I'm buying back the company and, we've been in business for 37 years. My dad, was still a genius, but in the 80s, he came out with a database. He did a master on database. So in the 80s with the CAD platform and all that, it was kind of definitely one of the first in Eastern Canada. And so bring the data, all the manufacturer, the total station, they have their own little software and all that. So it was one of the first to bring the database concept to the, and this is how we close Hydro-Québec, the public energy company. Quebec's DOT, we help build their standard for land surveying and all that. So we really catapult business, just turning 2000 and, fast forward 30 years. Same things happening with LiDAR.
Yep.
So we have a product called Vision LiDAR. We came out in 2017 and the 365, option with the cloud came out in 2021. And it's a little bit of the same idea. We're still in software and all the, LiDAR manufacturer, they kind of have their own little solution and all that, but there's nothing that really speaks between themselves and there's very little interoperability.
Okay.
Sorry, I'd have to think about this one. And, so yeah, the idea is to bring any type of data. You can have airborne, LiDAR. Now SLAM gotten so good. So now you have a drone flying over and then you can scan the inside of the building. So the idea is to treat the data under one roof, and that's Vision LiDAR. We have a machine learning and AI feature as well, and then it's just easier to have some data extraction. So now we not only serve the land surveyor, we also have a client in the factory industry. Also, we're doing a big push in the utility, and I've seen that a lot of people in the utility business and around here. So
I believe civil engineer were kind of older, old fashioned, and no offense to utility, but I feel like they're dinosaurs and they just have very little data. Sometimes our client explained, yeah, we don't know where these poles are in the world and on the map and all that. So, I think utility businesses are really doing a big push in data capturing. So, definitely it's an area we want to improve and also expand. And we talked a bit about the 51st state and all that. Everything is happening. So we're looking for hire some US sales reps. So if you're out there and hate your job or want some change, please hit us up at hr@geo-plus.com or hit me on LinkedIn at Samuel Beaupre. We're looking to hire some US reps. So we have an office in Florida, co-working in Fort Lauderdale, and the dev team is based out of Montreal.
Okay.
So no tariff for software. So we should be good.
I gotta think working for a Canadian boss has got to be pretty awesome. As a just like friendly boss.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we say sorry all the time.
Yeah.
We can bring you to a hockey game. So.
And a little curling. Don't forget about curling.
Yeah. You know what? I recently played curling, but it's harder than I thought.
It is. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I still don't feel it should be in the Olympics.
We can't be friends.
No, it's a easy medal for us.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Easy. The Canadian punching bag of sports.
That's awesome.
Back. So yeah, it's just been really good, and we definitely have other solution like Vision Plus. This is the our first solution about land surveying, but the thing we're showcasing here is really Vision LiDAR and the 365. I think it's much more the spectrum of application, the reality capture and digital twin. I think it's overused and a little bit like AI, but our cloud solution is, I'm not shy to say it's a very high-end, LiDAR product for a cloud app. So it works in a web browser. So this is definitely the golden boy of the company. Everything's going more cloud and it's just seamless, a little bit like you open ChatGPT on the app. You don't know it's happening on the browser. It's just, you don't really see it. So, this is the way I think the world goes. And, definitely we're since I'm buying, the idea would be, definitely expand the business and grow. So we're looking for partnership, services company and all that. If you're interested, please hit us up.
That is awesome. So like, what is the business model? Is it a subscription or like, what does it look like?
Yeah. Subscription again. Not the pioneer. We kind of follow, all the Autodesk and all that. The big dogs, they're definitely going more in the subscription base. We still sell sometimes, permanent license, the government agencies and all that. Sometimes they have a 3-year budget. And so we can do it. But we're trying to, how they value tech businesses nowadays. So it's the recurrent revenue. So we we're a victim in that case. So no, we're just following I'm kidding, but we're just following the businesses, and the subscription is just easier because it's recurrent revenue every year, and it's definitely a bit cheaper. And if you don't have any project, well, you don't have to pay for all of it.
And it's all cloud based, obviously, right?
The VL365 is cloud based. Vision LiDAR it's really work hand in hand, and now we can do classification on the cloud. So we have our AI feature on the cloud since I think 2 weeks ago, and first it was only our desktop app, and for training, because you can also train your own model. It's now it's available strictly on desktop, but you can create your own model and then push it to the cloud to more the regular Joes or people not less familiar with LiDAR and GIS. The cloud is definitely made for more the average Joes and people that are not less tech savvy or less geo nerd than us, I guess.
Is it?
Do you mind if I?
Go for it.
So the software you're describing, it would take any kind of LiDAR data, whether it was SLAM, airborne, UAV, mobile.
We even have a client with GPR.
Okay. And then I upload it to your website, right?
Yep.
And then I order what kind of segmentation I want, or I have to train it to segment the cloud for the features, or how does this work with the AI that you mentioned, the extraction?
Like I said, we give some model by default, and those are made to be like somewhat general, but you can retrain them and add more data, add or remove classes and all that. So this is just a benchmark to start. So those models are obviously available on our cloud app. But if you have the desktop version, you can train your own and then upload it to the other users on the cloud. So it's really an end-to-end solution. And there's no segmentation yet. It's in the pipeline for May.
Okay.
And so yeah, it works with geometry or algorithm. So we've been milking this algorithm since 2021. There's a new one on the market. We just hired a new guy starting March 15. So that's going to be his project. There's a new open source from China, but it looks very good, and there's also geotag and all that. And to answer, yeah, you can pretty much all the open format, LAS, E57. We also support 360 cameras, so that's a big plus. Also with E57, all the CSV, PTS, and more recently also the Faro, so FLS and LS Proj, and also most recently Hexagon LGSX formats.
So, you take LGSX? Nice.
Oh yeah. So they just recently opened the format to third-party software. That's all they call us.
Yes.
Yeah, so we integrated, and then honestly, there's been definitely a buzz about it because there's so many Lakeland scanners out there, and not everybody's in love with Cyclone, or it's hard to have a solution that does it all, right? So, yeah, LGSX format is now available for both platforms. So that's definitely a big plus.
I would argue that our LGSX is like the best compression for point cloud and imagery that I've seen.
That's what they said. Yeah. So honestly, I only had my hand on a couple of samples. I couldn't tell, but apparently they want to replace the LAS. So we'll see. But honestly, it's good that I think Hexagon is opening with other partner. That's definitely the way of doing business in this day and age, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah. So
go for it. Yeah.
Right. So I just want to,
please.
So if I uploaded the cloud, let's say I flew a Best Buy, right? You know, Best Buy or Target.
Yeah.
I upload the cloud to you from a UAV with an ortho. What features I need to do a survey of it, right? So I need to show everything that God didn't put there, right? That man put.
Yeah.
What are you able to automatically extract from me as a surveyor to give to me like in a CAD file? So it's helping me with my survey.
Yeah. Nice question. Thank you. You should
He's a smart guy. Yeah. We bring him along just not for his looks, you know.
Is he on over?
That's the problem.
Okay. That's so. So pardon me. So the feature. So our model by default will have. I think the mobile. Let's say, or the UAV, will have about 10 to 15 classes. I need to check that. But we have the poles. We have the wires. Building. This one is meant to be a little more larger. So the fences, everything that's basically man-made would be classified as building, but we have the ground, road surface, and vegetation. We have a low, mid, and high. And our new aerial model is very good for flat rooftop as well. So we kind of figured that out too. We are a new genius on the team, PhD, he graduated in July in mobile mapping and AI, and he's been helping us with those models.
Yeah.
So that would be it for general, but after that you can train anything, and we're pretty open about it compared to other solution like a certain solution that start with T, and it's not a black box. It's really it's worked with geometry. So anything that has a distinct geometry, we'll be able to classify it and identify it, and then you can have some sort of clustering. So you can have the exact coordinate of this assets. It could be lamp pole and all that.
So you will be able to get you would be able to get XYZ points from it, not just a LiDAR class.
No, exactly. And extract it with the right feature code and the right line type to a cloud platform, pardon me. And we're compatible with Autodesk, MicroStation, and also BriskCAD. So we also have a plugin that allows you can vectorize on the cloud, on the point cloud in Vision LiDAR, and it will draw simultaneously on your CAD platform with the right feature code and the right line time. So, the idea is really there's no magic wand, but it's just getting our client more efficient and
kind of closer to the end, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's still, most of engineering job is still a 2D plan. That's what's worth money. So the idea is to go from your reality and going to a deliverable that is usually a plan. Again, we're pretty big about digital twin. It's definitely coming. I just think it's overused as a marketing term.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Everyone loves the idea. No one has anything to do with it yet.
Yeah, it's like AI. My golf clubs, there's AI on it.
Right. Fusion.
Exactly. All the buzzwords thrown out. So yeah, so definitely see with the cloud app, definitely more of a digital twin. We have our cloud app. You can integrate 3D models. Obviously, all the feature extraction you have in Vision LiDAR, you can extract it also to the cloud platform. We have a UK reseller that now connected CCTV cameras to his project. So, the British are pretty big with CCTV cameras.
Yeah.
So they now connected, and it's only an API. So pretty much anything that you can monitor, you can connect to our app, and it's the cloud. That's definitely the future. So it really helps our clients.
That's amazing.
Wow, I definitely would like to check this out.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Hit me up on, we can chat after.
Yeah.
We get
It's geo-plus.com.
There it is.
So can folks get like a trial or something like that?
Yeah, usually it depends. Sometimes it's 2 weeks, or we give until 30 days of free trial.
Yeah.
And the cloud app is pretty much if you want us to upload a project and all that. Getting your site is definitely more work, so we might charge for that. But if you want to test it out and all that, you just have to contact us through our geo-plus.com website or LinkedIn page, and or we also have Facebook and all the major social media. If you DM us, somebody will answer you.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else, Sean?
No, I'm good.
Russ?
That's a lot.
No, pleasure
You
to
good?
meet you. I have tons of questions, but they're going to exceed the scope and time for what we have.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
all right.
talk to you
It's
offline.
all right. When's the next show for you guys?
What's the next one? Well, he's going to Hawaii.
I'm going to Hawaii next month.
Oh,
I'll be in Austin.
that sucks.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. And then after that,
I'll
it's
be in Canada.
Okay.
In Ottawa for like the Go Geo.
Go Geomatic.
Go Geomatics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to bullshit Ottawa, those fellow Canadians, but it's a boring city. I'm sorry to you have to come to Montreal, but no, I love Ottawa. I love my Ottawa people. But yeah, maybe we should change, and you can come see our office in Montreal. It's a big
awesome.
place. Yeah.
Yep.
We have a ping pong table, and it's on Montreal Plateau. So it's, if you know the neighborhood.
It's like really narrow and looks like it's like chiseled stone that's
Really?
like this wide. Yeah, it was like
Never heard of it.
10 kilometers it goes underground.
It's in Canada?
It's in Montreal.
It's in Montreal?
Mhm.
Oh, you mean the underground city?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people that talk about it, like all the French people are like, yeah, they live underground for all winter.
That was a cool.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's like shopping center. So when you travel, you just, I don't go there every day. So I live above ground. So. No igloo, no.
Yeah, that's where everyone hibernates, right?
It's actually pretty cold out there. So even for me as a Canadian, it was definitely cold weather. And it's supposed to be a big snowstorm in Montreal. But when I'm actually flying back to Nashville, so I'm also with things.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Great to see you again, buddy.
As always.
Likewise, thank you. Might be out of the box, but I had maybe a suggestion for you guys.
Sure.
So the 51st state and all that has been talked about. And if you guys don't want the Jags to go to London, if you want to bring them to Canada instead, then we might have a deal.
All for that. We need to get more sports teams into. We got baseball and basketball, right?
We got to get an NFL team.
So it's just football. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know. I might be alone, but I'm open to discussion.
Are there Jaguars in Montreal?
Change the name.
Maybe.
Got to get a dome, man. That's all we need.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Safe travels.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Last one of the day, man.
No, and then I couldn't
3 days.
I couldn't picture a better way to wrap up this show by
I know
having
it.
two friends of the program on
I
at the
know.
same time, and they're
Doesn't
talking
happen
about
very
something crazy exciting, and I can't wait.
I know. This is going to be great. So real quick, if you guys would self-introductions, just give us your name, who you're with, and what you do.
Hey, nice to meet you guys. My name is Mateus. I am a regional manager at EMLID. I mainly focus on the US market. And our main goal is to provide easy to use solutions. We are a manufacturer of GNSS receivers for high accuracy.
Yep.
So it can be used in like different scenarios, different industries, construction, surveying, also with drones. So I think that's why we are here to talk about, especially like for drones.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. And you guys are everywhere all of a sudden.
Yes.
I am seeing your units everywhere. Congrats on your success.
Good to know.
All right, Max, quick introduction.
Great. Thank you very much. My name is Max. I'm co-founder and CEO of Wingtra. And Wingtra is the aerial insights company focused on surveying and mapping. So we're really excited about the end-to-end drone surveying workflow that we launched.
Yep. So we're going to talk about that, and let's talk about Wingtra a little bit as well. You guys have exploded also. My company's got 2 Wingtras. Talk about that product just a little bit and how it's a game changer.
Of course. So Wingtra is by now 8 years old. We started or had our first product in the market in 2017. The company's actually 10 years old or 11 by now. And we started obviously with the drone. Everybody or most of the listeners probably have heard about its vertical takeoff and landing drone. Orange, you will see it. It's a bit more than a meter wide or long. Takes off vertically like a helicopter, then transitions into forward flight, captures large areas, small areas, whatever areas, very efficiently, and then transitions back, lands like SpaceX, just without the chopsticks. So you don't need those. It just lands right in front of you where it took off. That's how we started. That's kind of the origin story of the company. We integrate very high quality payloads. And over the years, we realized that the problems that our customers run into more and more, it's not about how much can I cover or can I get good imagery, but how can I make that workflow easier to really get to orthophotos, to point clouds, to digital surface models in the most easy and efficient way.
Yeah. Really good stuff. And let's talk just a little bit more about EMLID before we kind of get into the partnership. Talk about what's making you guys so successful.
Well, I would say mainly the quality of our products, the how reliable we are, and especially how easy it is to use. Because nowadays we see different companies that of course they have great products, of course, but sometimes not so easy to use. And mainly it came from our CEO, Igor. He was a student, and then he was always struggling, I guess, to have easy to use devices and affordable devices. So that's why he came with the idea, okay, why don't we make our own devices? And that's how it started, how EMLID started.
Crazy.
And I would say that, it's mainly about the quality of our products, the accuracy, of course, the high precision that we can provide to our customers.
Sure.
And how easy it is to use. Even if you're not a surveyor, a professional surveyor, you can still have one of our products and start using straight away.
Yep. Democratization of GPS.
That's what they say. Or at least said last year.
That for years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now let's get into the exciting news. Who wants to go first?
I think you're up, Max.
Can start.
All right. So we are super excited about the partnership with EMLID because, as I was just saying before, we realize our customers are struggling. Some of our customers are struggling with the workflow. I think so far, if you were a drone enthusiast, photogrammetrist, and a surveyor all in one, you can get a lot of great value out of drone surveying solutions drones that are out there used for surveying already. Now, there's a lot of customers or potential customers out there that need just an easier solution. And one of the big things that we were seeing is that the aerial capture workflow, take a DJI or Wingtra or any other system, the flight planning and then actually capturing the data was pretty easy. But the other side, the terrestrial kind of checkpoint workflow to ensure accuracy, that one was completely disjointed. You would use EMLID setup or Trimble's or Leicas or Topcons to do that setup or that workflow. And in the end, those two, if you knew everything what you're doing in terms of coordinate systems, in terms of the right observation time, then things line up and it's all great. Yeah, there's so many mistakes that can happen. And that, I think, is really the fundamental idea of the partnership between EMLID and Wingtra in this case, that we are making that an integrated all-in-one solution.
Yep. So I guess if I'm hearing you correctly, someone who wants to purchase a Wingtra now can get a package, right? That will include the EMLID receivers. Is that how that works?
That is correct. So EMLID is powering the Wingtra ground solution. So the product we are selling is two parts. Is on one hand call it a hardware kit with the EMLID receivers inside, but also with tripods, with nails, with hammers, with everything you need to make your checkpoint workflow just go easy. I think the real magic happens in the integration with the Wingtra cloud, because having hammer, nails, and targets and a receiver together in a box, I mean, that's nice, but that's not the innovation. I think the innovation was on the integration and making sure that within my flight planning app that I also now use for flight execution, I can also get guided to the entire checkpoint workflow. So I can set up my base, I can set up the different checkpoints, and I don't have to worry if I'm logging at the right time. The tablet, like the Wingtra's tablet app to execute the flight, wouldn't let you take off if you're not logging with your base or your checkpoints are there. Also, the coordinate system cannot be different because it's all tied in the Wingtra cloud to the site coordinate system that is designed or defined in the beginning.
Yeah. It was like you were saying, the like how EMLID came to be, they want to make it easier, right?
Yes,
and this absolutely does that, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people, they think it's only like, okay, I have a base station, so I can just connect with my drone and that's it. I can fly, I can collect points, but it's not like that. It's not like as simple as as Max said.
Yeah.
Like you can have like different brands, different like products, but it's not so simple if you don't know what you're doing. And that's why EMLID came to scene, that to show that, okay, we can make it easy for you guys. It's not like, okay, I have a base station, then you need to connect like with your rover to collect points, then you need to go back, then you need to connect with your drone and start like capturing the data. And you have like this big space for errors. And we came to change this and to make it like easy, really quick solution, really, ready to go.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jump in here, buddy. You're so quiet.
I'm just listening. Like I'm picturing all the, and I guess my question would be on the workflow. Like you said, you set up a base station, thing goes up, and that's is that really the easy button?
That is absolutely the easy button. Yeah, I can walk you once through the entire Wingtra end-to-end solution. So when we're talking about that end-to-end solution, it is the components are actually the drone, the payloads, Wingtra Cloud, which is our entire cloud software suite, from site planning, flight planning, published coordinate systems are right in there. You can use even a complete local coordinate system grids. You can assign pilots, then you can dispatch. And the moment I'm on the field, I use the very same app. It's like a seamless sync between any of your like computers or cloud devices that you have in the office and then on the field. So you're connected to the same account. It just pops up there. Hey, here's a new flight. You click the next button and then it says, okay, make sure you have your ground set up ready. And it says, okay, place the base on a known point. Then next step, now put the different targets, measure them. And so technically how it works is the receiver connects to the tablet and kind of streams the data. Actually, it records the data, and by the time it's done, it uploads it to the tablet. So it's tied to that particular flight that you're doing. After that, I'm doing the flight execution. The drone is capturing all the data. When I get back into the office, I upload the drone imagery, and the correction data from the base and the rover is already there in the cloud.
So you're uploading the data to where the correction data already is.
Correct. So Wingtra Cloud already knows that. I just put in the imagery, and then the magic just happens. There's nothing I have to choose. There's no coordinate system that I need to make sure they match or any of them.
You've already done that in the beginning.
You've established it right in the beginning.
Yeah, it's designed on the site level, and you cannot do it within that site. You cannot do it on different ways. It all has to be in the same. It's all recording in the same coordinate system. And then it's really like as easy. You get back to the office, you upload the flight imagery. It knows exactly to which part it belongs. And then Wingtra Cloud can also by now completely process the data. So the next morning, you just get the orthophoto or the point cloud or the DSM in your Wingtra Cloud delivered.
That's amazing. So awesome. And you mentioned it earlier, like most of the errors when it comes to mission planning and, providing this data comes in the control. That's where most of the errors happen, and just people don't fully understand that aspect of it, but it sounds like this makes that easier.
Absolutely. And I think that is, I think the people who understood it were drone enthusiasts, surveyors, and photogrammetrists. They could put it all together.
Yes.
And now you don't have to be right out there in the field. You can just have your 107 license. You get guided through the entire thing.
Yeah.
You are the visual observer. You click play, you come back to the office. So what it helps, it reduces errors, but it also enables our customers to scale their drone operations, because really big thing where people are losing a lot of time is having that specialized person going out, driving 3 hours to the site, doing the data collection themselves, right? Mm-hmm. So suddenly what like completely changes is the people in the office working with the data, planning the flights, doing some of the difficult things, and doing the actual field work, not just the drone flight, but including the checkpoint workflow. It can all be done by a normal human being like you and me.
Yeah. And the EMLID hardware, not only is it amazing, but, from a price point is very reasonable.
Exactly.
Right? And that was the idea. You mentioned that earlier. So for just a little bit more, when you're buying a Wingtra, you can get this total solution.
That is absolutely correct. Yes. That would be the drone, the payloads, the cloud software subscription, and the ground with Wingtra Ground, which is our full survey kit to do the ground checkpoint work.
Yeah.
Together with both supports.
Yeah.
From EMLID, from Wingtra.
Yep. And then tech support, how does that work? That flows through Wingtra?
Yeah. So in the end, Wingtra we are kind of an integrator or a solution provider, but in the end, we are the manufacturer of these technology solutions, if you want to say so, right?
Sure.
Our go-to-market is indirect. So we have about 100 channel partners around the world that provide local support and kind of can also do the hardware support, can do the troubleshooting if they're on site. We work very closely with them. So, for many, many years, and that has been our most effective go-to-market to reach deep and far and be close to our customers. And those would also be the partners that are supporting a customer in a first go. And if that escalates, it would go to Wingtra. If that escalates further, we would have to talk to our suppliers, in that case, EMLID, or if it's on the photogrammetry side, it might be Pix4D or anyone else.
Yep. And
interesting.
Like the Wingtra hardware is already, unique in itself, right? It's different than most, in a really good way. And then adding this component to it, like I said, it's kind of groundbreaking. I don't know whose idea it was, but, congrats. This is awesome.
Took us 10 years.
It was
to get
Max's. Come on.
It was a team. It's a team, and actually our customers guide us a lot, right? We are lucky. We have 1,500 customers around the world, flying over 2,000 missions every week. And that makes, we get a lot of feedback now. It's about filtering the really important things and learning about, people ask for more megapixel, more flight time, or flying longer. And then we dig a little bit deeper and we ask, okay, what's it really about? And usually if we peel back a couple of layers of the onion, it's about when do I get to the site and when can I leave the site, and how reliable is that setup, or how repeatable is that setup, and how sure can I be that the next morning I'll just have my deliverable there? Because in the end, our customers, everybody is after the data, right? Yeah. The drone, the GNSS, the software, it's all just means to an end to get very high quality orthophotos, point clouds, DSMs, control lines, and then use it in the then it goes into engineering teams where they are doing drafting or doing any of the good stuff with the data afterwards.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations, guys. This is awesome. Mateus, anything else you want to get out there before we let you go?
Not really.
Not really?
Pretty happy.
You're happy. Of course you are.
It's an exciting week for you guys. Congratulations. It's amazing.
Yeah. How about you, Max? Final words?
Yes, final words. So this show was super exciting for us. We got a lot of very positive feedback from customers, and it's you have done something right if there's people buying on the spot. And we actually had this at this show, including Mark Taylor, very good.
He's one of the Geo experts.
Just friend of the pod, but actually part of the Geo experts. He's a long-term Wingtra customer as well, and he fully endorses our solution. So I'm super excited to get started with him on that one.
So cool.
Shipping larger quantities will be as of April, but pre-order now. Get your stuff early. Talk to your Wingtra dealer, because that is then you will be first in line, getting the best of the best. I think it's really a truly unique solution like it is. If anyone out there hears about something comparable, please reach out to us. We would love to hear about it. I think there were ideas 10 years ago. Kespri had good ideas around that. but never could deliver fully on it.
Right.
We now made it possible, and that's I'm super excited about it.
As you should be. That's amazing. So they can go to the website, the Wingtra website. What is that?
Wingtra.com.
Wingtra.com. And I'm assuming you can go to the EMLID website and buy the same package, right? There's probably a link to it there or something.
So right now
Great idea, Kent.
Yeah.
That's what Mateus just said. Oh man, we're going to do that.
So that right now, so Wingtra, since it's part of the Wingtra solution, it is distributed through our channel partners. But you can always go on the EMLID website, on the Wingtra website, reach out to us one way or another. We'll bring you to the closest place for where you can get the good stuff.
That's so great. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for
Yeah.
inviting me.
And congrats again.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.